everybody, one of Wiisdom here, long time no Minecraft. Now on Monday, or assuming everything went according to plan, I've got a video uploading for Monday. Released episode 81, which is the first episode since like April. And basically, as we stand here on the edges of Sleepy Harbor, that's as good a time as any if you didn't catch in channel updates and whatnot. It's not necessarily just that Minecraft died, the player base has shrunk, which it has, but it's that I have been so busy at work that I haven't really had time across the entire summer to really record and upload anything. Community service I've managed to do, that's like once a week, and it's under a minute. And that's probably the sole reason that thing has survived. Now, here lately, we've had snow, it's been cold, and the time change. I absolutely hate the time change. It should not get dark before you leave work. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. But on the bright side, for you anyway, that actually gives me slightly more time to play games because, you know, you leave work and drive into the abyss of darkness and you don't really get to go out and do anything. And full disclosure here, I'm the type of person I would much rather be outside, in daylight hours in particular, doing things. Now, the episode I released, that's honestly like clips from April to October, which I know sounds crazy, but every once in a while I get a wild hair like, hey, you know, work's not that busy right now. I bet I've got some downtime and we can crank out some videos, and this series included, and that just didn't happen. So, Shotgun Farmer streams, all my other recordings and uploads, that's kind of what happened. Now, that said, since basically the time change, I've actually sunk a pretty good chunk of my time into this now. Whether or not you can tell that remains to be seen, but I thought a good pick back up to this series would be me showcasing some of the things we've done. We're going to be heading that way in a little bit. I should mention, Sleepy Harbor, it was going to be above the ground, right? But I had plans, I guess I can tell you now, to do things under the water. That was going to be like the big, ooh, selling point type of a thing with it. And that was before I knew the aquatic update was a thing. That certainly makes what I want to do easier. I'm still in 111 for the simple fact I have not felt like I've made enough mending and infinity bows to switch over. Hey, an apple. That's a good sign. So, the thing I will tell you right now that I'm worried about, number one, I'm going to forget things that I've done. And number two, I'm not going to be able to find everything that I've done. So, anytime there's a giant column of cobble, that's probably me marking something. It's going to be really hard to not go through here and clean this up a little bit because I hate hitting my head on blocks. But this, basically, as we do exactly what I don't want to do, is, let me just go down. It's going to take an eternity if I don't. A ravine, as you can see from this tutorial. And it's a pretty big one, and you'll note that feature over there as I realize we probably don't want to get knocked off. Now, it connected at several points here and there, and I don't even think I'm going to go all the way down, because it borders this ravine. And this ravine, the water feature that you saw, the waterfall, that's actually going to be somewhere we're going to head ASAP. So, you should see, it may not look like it took a lot of time, but rest assured it did. And hopefully you like the changes. I don't know if you will or not. But, you know, just here and there I'd get some time and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna play some Minecraft, so I did. Speaking of, where the frick is that now? That's a point of interest we dug out somewhere. I think the ravine is right up here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Sort of borders up with this, and wait, where is it? There it is. No, here it is, yes. So, the waterfall that I told you about, that is actually where that is. Now you can kind of see my torches over there. And then how far back that way it goes, I'm not sure. We shall investigate that at some point. That is not now. This area here, did I ever go in here? Okay, yeah, so that goes straight to the ravine too. Alright. This area here, I want to connect. Like he was right behind me. And I want that to connect. And I kind of have plans to make just a really, really big, impressive river that flows out that direction, right? Now, Like I said, if you see cobble, it's probably new. All of this is new. I've got bridges, if you recall. This was like a total pain in the butt to traverse this country, this terrain. And we now have bridges and a sunset, which is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Let me run you over here. I was in the shower and I was thinking about where that tunnel started. Whoa. And I think I may have figured it out. But there's a look back at our base. We've got bridges all over the place. We've explored some of these caves actually too. But you'll be seeing more of this, I'm sure. But you can kind of just get a feel for that. You know what? It's actually going to be bad. Alright, change of plans. We're going to do it this way. I was going to hop down in the water and go in that little lit up cave I told you about. While I was showering, I was trying for the life of me to remember where in my base that goes. Because I dug from my base to Sleepy Harbor. I think I know. I think it's the granite area, but I'm not sure. And I guess we'll find out. That'll kind of be like the last thing we do, I guess, because there's some cool stuff over here I want to show you. So, another bridge. That one down there is the glitch, the chunk error that moved half of my bridge over here and probably edited some other things too. I still don't know how or why that happened, but it really sucked. So, right here, I can't remember what pattern I was going for. I don't know if I just wanted to have cobble slabs. I don't really know, in all honesty. So, let me jump up in here for you. This right here, whoa, that was a sudden burst of speed. This is a interesting little area that I've got for you. Here's kind of an overlook right now. None of this is really 100% done. It's just stuff I worked on, and then I'd wind up being somewhere else, and I'd go there, type of a thing. So, once again, another little viewing area, if you will. Let me just take this route. Obviously, they go to the same spot. This is like the Bay of Pigs. I don't know what the deal is here, but it's always just been inhabited by tons and tons of swine guys. So, looking down, you can kind of see it's pretty cool. That's the waterfall into the ravine. This is what I want to connect and kind of have flow through there. There's also this area here. I was like, yeah, do I want that to be the river too? And the answer is no. I think I'm going to turn that into like a pretty cool lake. I think would be what's neat. And then that area there, kind of where the cursor is, the bottoms of that region, that will probably be turned into river. This area here, I'm not real sure because, again, I think it got messed up. I mean, you can see it replicated what we had over there, and anytime you see that corner chunk, I don't know how it does it, why it does it, but it did, and I guess it could have been slightly worse, but you can see here, I was in the middle of chopping trees, right? But didn't quite get them all. But I needed wood started one of these projects, and man, did we got a lot of it. As you can see, the stairs are very convenient. The woodland critters love it. So if we come down here, you can sort of follow this ascent here, and I've got kind of this strange setup, right? This is sort of where it ends. This is going to be a dam, and yes, quite literally a dam. And I think it'll work well. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through there. I think that's the trajectory I was going for with the water. And right here you can kind of see the bridge, which of course connects. If we would have kept going along this, obviously this is where it would go. I've got this set up here, which isn't quite finished either. But this is just sort of like the fancier bridge, if you will. It's kind of a cool setup, really, when you get right down to it. And then I've kind of got this like, oh, hello. What are you doing here? I thought that was lit. Is it not? Oh. Must need torches back here. Kind of looks dark. I guess I could see why he spawned. But yeah, went down there a ways. Can't recall if there was anything particularly impressive about it, but I sort of liked what I did here. I think it looks neat. And again, the whole concept is that's going to be a dam. So, running across here, you can kind of see some of the trees we fell along the way. Hadn't put path blocks or fences yet. I think I was running out of material or time or something. This right here comes down. It's pretty swanky. Let me kind of show you what we've got going. There's the path. You'll see where it goes here in a second. I cleared out quite a few trees over here. You can kind of see. Got my back staircase there. And this whole area, I just went ahead and cleared out. I wasn't sure what we would build here, but I figured we'd put something. And you can kind of see the legworks there of our path we were just on. So this is just sort of a functional area at this point in time. And if we were to come this way, just follow the path, which is, gotta say, pretty convenient, right? It takes us to what should be familiar territory for you. We have got our cattle pen, which I needed to go to. Luckily, I found 15 steaks in the furnace on my way out because I was down to 2 starving and down some health. So this is familiar territory, right? Now, if we look back this way as we approach, again, you can kind of see some cobblestone, and I told you that's important to pay attention to. This right here is just a little natural pond, and I am going to put a waterfall because that's what I do with ponds and mountains and hillsides, right? The catch is, let me bring you back this way so you can kind of get a good feel for it. That's probably all you saw, right? Just that area, even though you had a chance to look at this stuff. Now, we came from there. If I cut through here, check this out. I've got my nice little viewing area. Obviously, we're going to put windows and whatnot in here. I just think it's a cool way of doing things, right? I have a drop down there. I think this will probably wind up being the waterfall, or maybe that piece of cobble, but it's gonna, run down its channel here. Actually, I did dig that out. So that's where the waterfall will be coming from, and it'll just simply flow into said pond, right? Pretty cool, at least I think so. It seems like a long time ago I did some stuff over that way, but honestly, I don't even remember what all I was working on, so we're not even gonna stress about that now. I did finally come in here and light it up. Hopefully you're not too mad. But I think this side turned out to be, oh, it does go down. So I saved bits and pieces for you, right? Or I ran out of torches, not sure which. But coming down here, I think this turned out to be a dead end, if I recall. Or did I just stop here too? It stopped. Can't really remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, this one stopped, so I think some water ran down here type of a thing, and I just kind of, worked my way down finally, because, I was passing time, and it's what I felt like doing at the time. So there's still that glitch water there. That's cool. How do we get out of here? I never remember. I think we'll just take the high route, right? So that is that. And that's where we're at, sort of with that direction. Lots of land bridges. We're going to build a dam. I think I lit that up. We got some scenic viewing areas. Oh, he looked like a zombie pigman, man. I've been seeing a ton of those guys. But that's still there. I think we're going to blow that out a little and connect this better. Same thing with that. Now, if you'll note, it's not cobblestone this time. It's stone bricks that you need to pay attention to. This is what I was working on basically today and last night. Really late last night, like 5 in the morning, and it looks stupid right here anyway, but I think you'll see what I'm doing. I'm kind of, this is something I had done. I don't remember if I ever did any of it on camera or not, but I wanted this to be around my entire base. And as you can see, I made a pretty good chunk of progress here. Now, the moat here, those slabs are only there because a zombie dropped a potato. And I really wanted that potato, so I had to throw some slabs down. But I think we're going to connect that and just connect the water basically all around there. It's sort of what I'll be going for. Now, back over here, I don't think there's anything much to see. Seems like I did light something up over there. Not anything significant. We'll be making some terrain changes there as well, but you can sort of see it. And again, the plan is to put glass there. This actually blocks water because down there is my storage area, one of them. And I just did that so I would know exactly where it was. Now, this is the aesthetic we went with here for this part of the base. As we transition around, I decided to just make that point. I had the oak logs there already. That's where we're going to transition to the stone brick. And I don't think we're going to connect the moat. I might actually bring it over here. Not 100% sure. Let's see, where's the best way to handle this? That little pond I have that I was going to use to jump out of our tall tree if I ever finish it. Every other time I log in, an Enderman has taken one of the dirt blocks, and the flood either comes over here, over there, on that side. It's getting to be really annoying. Right here, that's going to still connect. I don't think we made too many changes there. There's nothing new in the greenhouse, really, aside from it constantly. There's another dirt block on the other side. Sort of like that wetland area we made. That one. And if the Enderman doesn't get that one, I'm always real happy. And now I've learned they basically take like one of these blocks, and then it floods that way. So it's getting to be really, really annoying, I must say. If we hop down here in classic fashion, haven't really done a whole lot this way, but I did think finally get down here and conquer more of it. Coming this way, I did quite a bit. The clip at the end of the last episode. This is going to be interesting, I'm afraid. Oh. All these torches. You know, like, this is Demon Hill, right? And that thing is ridiculous. It's still not conquered, but I kept hearing zombies everywhere. And, like, I was finally just to the point where I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna figure out where these stupid things are coming from. And I found a couple of them, just, you know, isolated cave type of incidents. Now, where you saw me clearing out the birch trees, it was right here. And we've got a path going that way. Let me go ahead and get some shut-eye real quick. It is nighttime, you psycho machine. I think I terraformed this a little bit, but this is Demon Hill right here. And in the river between... There's a baby zombie, speaking of the devil. In the river between my base and there, that cobblestone, I swam up right from that, and one of these holes, I'm having a really hard time locating them again. There are a couple like hidden by birch trees, and I dug some of them out, not all of them, but there were just tons and tons of zombies here. And I'm pretty sure there's a spawner, but I haven't been able to locate it. But we cut out all these birch trees too, which this will connect. I think it was one of the last episodes we did. I sort of had like we were trying to connect over to get to the savannah, right? And I was just sort of wanting to have a clear path. Maybe it's farther back. Well, that's interesting. Maybe not. I don't know. Somewhere in here I thought I had connected. If not, that'll be on the agenda. But as you can see, like, it's very easy with all these birch trees and the topography to get turned around. That's why I'm just making these, like, big, wide thoroughfares for us. And you will see why here in a second. It's kind of at a 90-degree angle. Is that one of the holes? No. They're always by a birch tree, and they would just go straight down. But anyway, took out a ton of trees to do this. And then coming this way, this is sort of the backside of Demon Hill. And... we went in here, finally. I think we did this a little bit on camera, but it's just Swiss cheeses, and I hate that more than anything in this game. It's an absolute nightmare clearing those out, and then you never have enough torches, and then you get coal, and you don't have wood, and you need a mine shaft. You can't find a mine shaft. You know how it goes. But somewhere in here, there's like multiple access points. Is this one of them? I need to mark this one, because I think this might be what I was looking for. Yeah, you can hear him again. I mean, it was a deal somewhere in that area at one point in time. I must have had, like, the mob cap reach with zombies as I was trying to dig down to him. And finally, to my credit, found him. I haven't jumped down, but multiple points, like I said, including... I thought those were going to be zombies coming up. Right here. Where is that entry? Oh, it's over here. Let me see. Probably a bad idea. Yeah, just rest assured, tons of craziness is down here. And I've got all kinds of snake and labyrinths and stuff. I don't know if I'll ever map it all back out, but yeah. It's there, and it took some time, and that's why I'm showing it to you. But if we traverse this direction again, you can kind of see random holes here. These have been here for a long time on this side. I've been putting down torches trying to limit the mob spawns, but this whole side here is going to be done up just like the other side, which you'll get a better feel for here in just a little bit. And like I said, the crazy thing is, even though this video may take some time, the amount of time it took to do all this stuff is ridiculous in comparison. So You're welcome, I guess. On that note, I have considered streaming this stuff because it does take a lot of time. And I think I finally grasped all of this. I think I did that earlier today, is why I can remember it so well. I'm wanting to put doors in here as well. That's always been on my agenda. I've just never done it. I'm in the process of grassing everything and getting the slabs down. So let me see. Where should we start? Right here, this is where we just were, right? And we're going to finish it out in the oak trim like we had. And then you'll start seeing the stone brick, all right? This is our little grotto, if you forgot. This is kind of a cool deal. That's our blue glass and our little pumpkin bridge there. And this comes over, and is it this side? Yes. Boom. There we are. Cactus farm, right? Swanky, maybe? Might be hard to get out of here. We'll just come this way. Haven't seen the pumpkin farm in a while. I mean, the cactus farm. Did I say pumpkin the first time? I don't know. But this sort of shows you what we've got here. And I think... there's that witch. Every time I'm here, there's a witch. Okay, we don't have time to find her. Shut up, lady. It would take an eternity. Probably. Because I've looked for her multiple times. Nothing ever turns out. This is another one of those places I'd really like to put a door. I just haven't for whatever reason. That's beyond me. Hey, it's a trusty dirt block, right? It's not like someone can pick those up or anything. Now, let's come up this way. Let's come up this way. Right? So you're familiar with this area. Now, right here, I punched these out. I think in one of my last videos I said I had some plans in here. The ceiling, I'm going to blow it out and we're going to like cathedral it. Not really even cathedral. I'm just going to do really cool stuff with it. And I've got to kind of see what's above me. And what's above me right here is water. This is the fence. And then back that way is the other one kind of holding it up. So that sort of gives you an idea of where we're at in relation to all of that stuff. Coming this way, though, this was always intact, right? And then this is all new. I've blown this out today, and the grass is finally trained through here for me. But we were here. This all sort of, intertwines and connects, of course. But we got a little pond, grottos here and there. That's kind of more of like a fill-in station, I suppose. But this sort of shows you what it's like on the inside. This tunnel connects back that way with the door. And, we've got a lot of access points here and there. But again, we'll put some glass up. We'll probably leave a couple open so we can shoot and sword. And it actually makes pretty good killing stations. Got some footage of that. But all this, the plan is to have it be dirt, right, and grass. And then... is this the grotto? Yes. I'm wanting all these walls to be blown out so we can kind of connect these grottos here and just kind of make it a cooler area, in my opinion. This is still training a little bit for us. This whole area here and back to where you last saw it, we're going to need to give it the treatment too, right? The oak slabs or the stone bricks, one or the other. I think on camera I had done some of this where we finally connected it a little bit. But we need to blow out all the hills on the interior side of this and just kind of leave the external wall fortified, if you will, and sort of blow this stuff out in the middle, the secure ground, and make use of it. That's essentially what I want to do. This right here should look at the greenhouse, right? Kind of. Well, this one should over here. Yeah, so that kind of lets you know where we're at on this front. And when I drop down, we should be... is this above the grotto? Somewhere nearby. Anyway, you get the idea, right? Grass paths. Scenic views. That's the whole thing there, right? So this is our main little hovel hole that we've lived in this entire time. So that area is new. We got plans in there. Now, coming down this way, I've done a ton of stuff over here. And, this area is new. I sort of tricked it out a while back. It's still a work in progress. It's going to have water, of course. And speaking of water, we can drop down into said water. But, let me get down here to the grassy area of this, which is right here. Alright, so, this area, I think, now I know, Okay. You know, I think it was in the last episode. That's a clip, keep in mind, from like early summer, possibly spring, where I was like, oh, yep, here's something I was working on, never finished. Well, still probably not finished, but as you can see, we've got the grass path, which means we've made progress. And this right here, I believe, is the one that goes all the way to Sleepy Harbor. Alright. We should probably torch in here, just so a creeper doesn't come. The plan is to possibly take those all the way too. And then these right here, we've sort of just got them tanking around on either side. I need to get some better lighting in here. There's kind of drops and crevices here and there. I plan to connect it all at some point in time. And then of course it drops down to this point. That'll actually connect. I've not gotten to that point yet. But we've got the same thing over here. So you were familiar with all of this. None of that's changed. But this stuff, that's where the action's been, man. And I thought I had the tunnel on that side. That is not the case. But yeah, I mean, this is the same thing here. Just streams back and connects. And that, believe it or not, takes a lot of time doing that crud. But I think that, like I said, that tunnel back there, I think is the one that takes us to Sleepy Harbor. Right here, this is too wide now. And of course, you know that I don't like too wide, and I like 3 wide better. I worked quite a bit on this off camera. This I'll probably have as foot traffic and a rail line. But if we just kind of slide down, you can see all the blocks we took out to do this. Still have more to go. But we kind of have like our foot traffic. Kind of looks dark right there. And the water. It is at this point, ladies and gentlemen, that we begin our 3 wide. Now, somewhere in here, there's like a zombie horde, like no other. I've got all these little offshoots. It was me like caving for ravines. I think that goes somewhere where great evil lies in wait for us. But this is a pretty impressive structure when you pop out of the right place. All these offshoots. This is the grotto that we filled our bucket from, right? And let's see. Where does that go? I want to take all these. We got a couple of overlooks that might get blown out here. This, I believe, goes all the way down. Don't hold me to that just yet. And then, let's see. Somewhere over there, I thought there was a chamber, little corridor. Might be that one. I think goes to a ravine or something crazy. But this actually flows pretty well. I think that's just my chest. That is the case. Lots and lots and lots of blocks came out of this mess. So, it's pretty cool though. I like the 3 wide. This is what we worked on in the last episode. Again, that dates back to like, I don't even know, April maybe? This, I think, is that tunnel I was looking at, and I told you I think goes all the way. So that, of course, will go down, and then we had a tunnel under that as well. Not sure what the ceiling height will wind up being here, but we'll figure that out at some point. And right here, we've got it stopped up right now. I may very well extend it. We've got the grottos here, which I think you had seen last time. That's where we like shot a skeleton or something. And I think I did a little bit of work in that area just to light it up better. Coming down, sort of still have, the whole goal was to have the water just like chariot you down here, and you're like, oh cool, you know, my whole base, and then it's like, oh lord, it's gonna throw me in the lava, and we're gonna have like a really hard to see glass wall, I was hoping, that would save you, type of a thing. I don't know. I don't remember if I have covered the ravine or not. I think we have opened it up a bit more since we were last together. Yeah, that's the end of the ravine, I think, at least that we can see. So we did open it up some. Did this one go even farther? No. But yeah, is there lava above that too? Really? It's kind of cool. We might have to do something with that. So yeah, we made some headway here. I think I'm on the backside that doesn't connect with anything. Correct. Learning the area. Relearning the area. However you want to word it. Now, something that I have done since we last were here is cook some iron. And I think, yeah, we had this, right? But I think up here, I have a passageway, this one, that will take us all the way across the backside of the ravine. You can actually see where I've been higher up. And did I do that from this one? I don't know how many nights I've spent just like circumnavigating ravines like this. And I don't know why I do it, but I do. And if this starts staircasing up, yes. So that's what we did. You can kind of see here, though. I mean, like, that's where we just were. And let me take you up here just because I can. We have, you know, different points of interest and everything, and I kind of throw the torches up so we can see them. And then I'll run into mobs and all kinds of crazy stuff. But this is sort of just what I've been doing type of stuff, right? Is coming in and navigating ravines. And then I get to this type of a point, right? And we've hit the end of it. That was me just clearing out space from my inventory, if you were curious. Did I ever make it around? I did not. I think my inventory was so full it was just a point of frustration. I had to go back and make a chest. But the plan was to get onto that side and dig down and try to connect with our, you know, water drop-off point, if you will. I can't really get a good angle, but see those torches there, that's kind of where we would have come from. And like I said, I mean, nothing major, but it did take a lot of time to do all this. And so much so, like, just this would probably be like 2 episodes worth of content if I made you watch it all. And luckily for you, I'm not doing that. So, and like I said, so many ravines I have encountered and tried to map out in the same manner. So, this is the home stretch here. And boom, right where we need to be. And is that... thought I had the tunnels connecting. Maybe not. Anyway, the cool thing here is if you don't like this, and like I said, if we get our tracks in here, this is still able to be quickly navigated this direction. Right? It's cool that you can use the water streams and go downhill, but it's also cool that we can use this for foot traffic and make pretty good time as well. So, might actually do 3 wide. I might put the wall all the way up. I'm not exactly sure. I kind of wanted this to be, if you're over on the foot traffic side, you can just see the water. And I think we kind of achieved that. This side here, we will try to make connect out to the other side of the granites, right? Which is actually still a pretty good ways away. We got another, like, what, 30 blocks we'll have to go out, and then 3 wide, but right here, that's kind of the plan, connect that. We'll try to do the same thing with that opening as well. So, that kind of updates you on that, assuming that this does in fact be what goes all the way out to... there's one of the little cave inlets. But, like I said, I think this is going to do what I think it does, which goes a really, really long way, all the way to Sleepy Harbor. Cool thing is, it looks like this is a dead end, right? And then, boom, 2 turns and off you go. I added that just so I could jump down here sometimes and save a little time. The problem is you rarely land in the water. You almost always clip that stair, which is unfortunate. We've done a little bit down there. Let me go ahead and show you. I finally took out that tree that was right there. I was only going to do that on camera, and I just got sick of looking at it. So, but there you go. Now, right here, not super impressive still, but when I turn that way, and this took a lot of time. Again, it's one of those things. It probably doesn't look like it did, but oh, believe you me, it did. I've got slabs down. I've got this sort of decorative wall. That's just because we had like a rough spot there. I need to rope this off too, sort of put the observation area. This is the setup I think I'm going to go with and run the glass panes here. I'm thinking we're going to go with a white tinted glass to make it sort of look like a laboratory, right, an observation area. And should be pretty cool when we're all said and done with it now. This side I'll probably put doors on so we can interconnect. This, we've trained the grass. I'm glad that it still hasn't made it, actually. I'm working on it. This, of course, is our furnace room. Haven't really done much Actually, I've done a ton of stuff in here. It's just clearing blocks out, and you probably can't even tell. If we come this way, though, you can see all this stone brick is pretty well new. There's multiple tiers to our observation area, right? So this is the one we were on, and if we hop this, we can get up here and jump here, and boom, we're back, right? This is a mess that I'll explain here shortly. This is actually what you're familiar with, right? Sort of my under the fishing farm storage area. That gives me access to it. I tried to put chests there, but I'd need trap chests. And then I thought, do I want to do that or just have glass? And right here, this is going to be like our top observation deck, right? Where we can look down on all of our minions doing our bidding, or whatever we want to do. And I think we're going to glass that. I wanted that to all be visible, and that's probably what we will do. Right through here, we've sort of made some progress going back. It'll probably terminate at some point, and just be what it is, right? That still goes up. It just looks different. Added that because this is a whole new area. Back here should be a new employee of mine. Yes, there he is. I had to demote him. I had him as an ag scientist here studying crops, and he kept trampling my seeds. But that guy is Dr. Zamboni. And let's see. Why can we not see your name tag? I don't know, but trust me, it's Dr. Zamboni. Nice guy, just not good with crops. He was trampling everything, and that's not what we wanted. So we put him there to guard diamonds. There's diamonds back there. We'll see how he does with that. It's all about playing to people's strengths, you know. This area here was always like this, minus the chests, and I think it was smooth stone. I've done it up now in the stone brick, and then we've got those chests there. If we pop out this way, it'll take us to this point, which we'll have covered up with our observation glass, right? And right here, though, items of interest, which I guess I never hooked that one up. Rails, lots and lots and lots and lots of rails. I've left this thing running and running and running. I've closed this off now. I'm not sure if it was ever on camera, but I used to hop into the rail farm that way. I've done a ton of this too. I actually just remembered. If I take you this way, though, this is a mess. I had it set up in an entirely different way. Let me take you to the top here, so I can sort of show you what we're working with. So this was our automatic rail farm, right? And it is right behind this setup here, which is our reed farm. Let me pop you out so you kind of see what I'm talking about, right? Now you're familiar with it. I set it up and I was like, screw it, they're going everywhere. I had water over there originally, it was pretty cool. And then the rails kept going over there and it was a mess, and so I was like, you know what, fine, I'm just going to make a tread ton of hoppers and collect all the rails. And so I did. And one thing leads to another, and next thing you know, I had it set up and it was going all the way to the bottom of that. And then I decided I wanted to be like, in our underground city there, and Project Genesis just be like, hey, I'm going to grab some rails, and so I do. But then I realized that it was going to be a pain in the butt to get them there, and I was going to have to rework everything, and so it became easier to put them here. And through this incredibly ridiculous-looking hopper system, we actually distribute the rails into this system, and as you can see, we got a pretty seriously good stock of these things. That's even full. Good lord. Okay. So to this point and that point, so this feeds down from that chest to here. This chest goes to the bottom non-trap chest, and then this line goes to the middle chest. I have not hooked this one up. It might just be general purpose. I'm not really sure. But we make a lot of rails, and I'm planning on using all of them. So I will leave it at that. But coming this way, we've sort of, I think we had conquered most of this area on camera, but I know it fairly well now, and I'm going to take you through here because it's kind of cool, some of the things we've done. So all of this, I think, is new. I don't believe that was on camera. Sort of that gold block there, right? That's where our pumpkins and watermelons are. Back that way, Dr. Zamboni. You can see him. And you swing this way, right? It's kind of got this grand entry. If we come up here, you can continue to follow the cobble. Oh, you know what? I did this 2 nights ago, actually. I think this. Yeah. This will take us to a new ravine that Did I circumnavigate it? Uh-oh. I thought it did. Like I told you, some of this stuff I might not get in the right location. There's ravines everywhere, though. I mean, right here, this one, we fully conquered this ravine system. So this is not the one I was thinking of. This one's also fully conquered. There's nothing too major. This is a very shallow, narrow one. I don't know if any of this was on camera. I think some of it was initially, but not in its full conquered form anyway. That's a staircase. I don't think this is where I want to go, actually. What is in this chest? Just miscellaneous crust. Let me take you down here. Wait, what is that? Drop, alright. Alright, so this is all conquered. That's just my little pass through there. This was a very narrow, very shallow ravine, and it interconnected with like 2 or 3 others. That's why this was such a impressive little territorial grab, if you will. I think we're in the second one, and then I think this wall got blown out, and this was the last one. Nope, I'm wrong. There's still more. And that's probably the staircase I want to take, but let me stay down here. Wait, that right there is going to go to the reed farm. That's where we're at now. So I was turned around. And where was the staircase? This is not going to be the one I wanted to show you, but there is a ravine up here, and I have recently been conquesting it. I have done my thing where I dig all the way around this thing and put up my own little barrier walls, right? Which, yeah, I think is kind of cool. It gives it a neat aesthetic, in my opinion. And I don't think anything can land there, so that's good. Right here. Yeah. We've still got lots of caves, you know, all in and around this thing that we need to sort through and conquer. But the creep down there. I'm trying to remember. I think I made this one go all the way around. That looks to be the case. Thinking so. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there's my crossover points. And that's lit up very well. That is not lit up at all down there in the bottom. But see, we've got it connected, right? So pretty much any... I guess that isn't. I guess I just used this point, which same thing. But pretty much any ravine that I found recently, I've started doing this to. And I want to do it at multiple levels. I don't know why. I just think it's cool. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, granted, there's a couple places spiders can come in, but whoa. My. I take a wrong turn somewhere. You know what? We have cobble here. No. Thank you. Can't have a mismatched setup here. That'd come. Alright. Screw it. Let's just get out of here. Those cackling witches. But that is not the one I wanted to show you. The other one was like super evil. Although this one probably is too. Let's be honest. But gives you a good feel for it, right? And just know that that style of conquest of a ravine, I've done that so many times the last couple of days. It's been insane. Trying to see here. It's going to be very hard for me to find the other one. I really wanted to show that one because it was so cool looking. Where does this go? Right, now where was that little cave area? This is it. Yeah. I thought this was kind of cool. I mean, that's all it does, but I just thought it was neat. Instead of having like this uniform thing, just all of a sudden there's like this broken area, and it takes you out. Stupid slime. Let's go take care of this guy, because I think I actually have inventory. Gotten a ton of slime kills, by the way. I'm assuming he's up here. It's a little guy. Take care of him. But, might get a few more zombie pigmen and employ them. It's kind of fun. I think I moved some of the slime balls too, so probably a few more than that. In the nether, if I did anything, it was back in the summer, and not quite sure. All these are pretty well full with books, and then we sort everything out, right? This is what it looks like from this side, which I think is kind of cool. And then that's our little fortified wall there. I think I'll probably wind up putting like a stone stair facing up, just to kind of fill that gap, make it look a little bit better. But yeah, I'm thinking that may cover everything. I still need to come through here, knock all this crud. I put a lot more torches up here because I kept hearing a witch, and I could not figure out where she was coming from. But you can sort of see the top of the structure there. That'll help being slabs as well. Gives it a little bit more space too. Can't come out too far though, because of course we've got our sky for Project Genesis. I don't quite know how to get you. Or that's the back entry for the rail setup there. I'm not sure what the best way to get through the new ravine is, and that's really sad. Try it one more time, because I did clear a lot of stuff out of here. I don't think it's that way. Huh. You know what? We didn't go this way. This is where I needed to go, because I put these stone bricks down. I actually knew that, and then we wound up, I was showing you something else. I think... yeah, this is it. This is where I was going to take you. This one. Yeah, that's my dark ravine I haven't conquested. It looks like it is a very, very large ravine. That's why I wanted to take it here. Whoa. Well, that's... I heard him, but then some sound he made kind of startled me. Lots and lots of offshoots here. In fact, I think this side I even dug into caves. I just now remembered that. Yeah, that's a cave right there. So it would be kind of an opening akin to one of those just above us. Alright. So I believe I dug back this way a pretty good ways. I think I might have actually gone to the end of it on this side. Should be a chest somewhere right there. Seems like, yeah, because there's my window system on the other side. So, like I said, I don't know why, but I just think this is really cool to have a setup. This kind of mimics what we're doing with our base on the top side, you know? Just something about this I like. And of course, we could dig any sort of directions here and wind up in the Swiss cheese nightmare caves. But right here is where I stopped because I ran out of pickaxe. Not pickaxe, but storage more than likely. I think what I'm going to do is... can we get an angle? Not really. Can't really see that way too far. What I would like to do, and I'll do this off camera, is I'm just going to continue this setup, digging this way, and see what kind of a mess I get into. But this sort of... I feel like there's a lot of stuff I'm forgetting, and I can't stress how much time it takes to do this, even though this was probably a lengthy showcase. I spent so much time doing this, but, you know, like I've always said, Minecraft is one of those games you've just kind of got to be in the mood to play type of a thing. And here lately with the time change, you know, there's been times I didn't really feel like streaming, and I was like, yeah, do I want to... The problem with Shotgun Farm is, like, I want to stream it all, right? I'm really close to a couple of achievements, and I want to showcase those for you. And that's kind of where this comes into play, right? I can just do this off camera, and it's like, no one even cares. I haven't uploaded it in an eternity. No one's going to miss anything type of a deal. So I think I will stop here. I might come back if we, like, wrap this around, if there's something super cool. But this was the big one from the other night. And then... mainly just going around the base today, you know, kind of doing the greenscaping with the stone brick. It's sort of, like I said, the same concept here. I just sort of like having the decking, the protective roof, and the observation, the viewing, if you will. Now, obviously, with the ravine, if you could see straight up and straight down, that'd be really cool. Which is why we need to go to the desert and get a lot of sand. I'll let you figure out if you can guess why. Nonetheless, I will stop here. I'm going to check the length on this. This may be the end of it. It may not be. I don't know. If it is the end, I'll probably put in a couple of random clips I've recorded the last couple of days. Every once in a while, there's just something funny I thought would be worthwhile, and then press and record. So I did. And if I don't use it here, I'll never get to use it, so I just as well hug the ravine. So I'll work on that. It must have been a weird shape. We just couldn't tell from where we were at. So, a modern staircase right there would be cool. All kinds of ideas running through my head, but that should give you an idea of what I've been up to, some of the changes we've made. And I think the plan will be, if people are interested, I very well may stream it. Just because there's so much of this type of stuff, right? Just senselessly breaking block after block after block. And it's the type of stuff I don't want to put in an actual episode. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want every episode to be me raiding another ravine and doing the exact same thing. Now, streaming out, there's why we're off. Is that a slime? I think it is. This is actually a really good angle. This is a huge ravine. I mean, this is a very big one. So there's the waterfall. Pretty sure that is a slime. Now, it's got water cascading all the way down there. Gonna make myself a chest and probably set up a camp here. But I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to, even though it's interesting, and a lot of people that have found this series seem to have the same comments, train of thoughts in the comment section. It's like, man, I really like this series. You're playing it the old school way, and they'll reference something they watched, back in like 2011, 2012 type of stuff, right? And that's great. But I think even they would get tired of seeing me, conquer another ravine, like this. Now, granted, if it's the combat side, I think everyone can get behind that, but just me coming through here and doing like the Wiisdom style ravine type of a setup, I think that would, oh, that's a beautiful, ooh, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm getting at is just, it would not, it would be cool a couple of times, but not much more than that, right? I don't want to make you watch the same thing. Now, on stream, I'd be totally fine with that. You can have to sit through that and see what I do off camera and spend hours and hours and hours just to make like 10 minutes of content type of a deal, So, but I'll have these little rest areas all over the place because you constantly fill your inventory up. Nonetheless, I will quit rambling and let me know your thoughts. Like, is this something you would actually watch on stream? This type of stuff. And obviously, we would be going into the ravines, and conquering them and exploring this type of stuff, doing busy work, which that would be akin to me breaking out every single piece of block at this level and putting dirt and silks, grass, type of stuff. So it's not something, it's what you have to do in the game to make the progress I want to make. But at the same time, it's not something you want to put in every single upload of Minecraft that you do, type of a deal. So, let me know your thoughts on that, and like I said, I'm going to continue working on this, and we're getting to where this is going to be pretty cool. Let me pop around the corner for you, and I've kind of actually gotten where I liked throwing torches there, right behind the waterfall. Very cool. So yeah, is that the best view I can get? It probably, you get the idea. That is a very large ravine. Lots of crazy caves. And we haven't gotten to the end of it here, so I'm going to work towards that. I will quit rambling. If this is the end, thank you so much for watching. Please give me your feedback. I would appreciate it. And with that said, I will catch you back here for another episode. Possibly, unless we come back, I don't know, of Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. Adios. Alright, I figured I'd come in. It is 1:19 a.m., and what better time to update you? But, just since we were on the topic of conquering these ravines and whatnot, I did actually go ahead and get... Did something just fall? I don't know how we missed that guy, but I did actually go ahead and get to the other... Is that... Why is it making that sound? we're not hitting water. I'm not shooting through water. Does it think I am? That time it didn't. We're so far away from that. Like, I guess it counts that as like making the... Now, this I would understand. Okay, that didn't work. Huh. Very weird. Anyway, if you can see that torch way over there, I did actually go ahead and get all the way around this thing. This passage wound up running into what I thought was going to be a big offshoot of the cave, going back that way, right? And it actually wasn't. It was like 8 blocks that way, and that was the end of it, type of a deal. So that worked out well. I did dig into one of the waterfalls, which we can see on the other side, right here. That one's actually pretty cool when you see it from this other vantage point. Right here is the cave. I thought, like, I dug that because I was thinking, well, surely it's got more cave to it than that, and it didn't. So that's how the game goes, right? But this is the end of it right here, man, and I came through. We connected on this side. So if you look all the way back over there, you can kind of see where we came from. So a very big ravine. I'm tempted to just, like, dig straight up and use ladders and see if we can maybe get higher up, because this is a big one. But right there, that's the waterfall I dug into. It looks really cool from this angle, and then it looks like it might have a cave shooting up that direction again. This is also cave that way. Yeah, that kind of gives you, I mean, look how, it's a pretty good size one. We are at, what, the plains, really. I think that'd be the case. We're at 29, so... You know, it's going to be, what, 18 at least down there to lava level, and so this must be just shy of surface. I feel like if I can't really get a good angle of this, but if I could, I feel like we wouldn't have to break too many blocks above the surface of the ravine to actually hit the surface, right? So there's really not a good spot to showcase it, just because of how massive it is structured. What is that? Looks like an ender skeleton. I guess it's just a skeleton in the shadows. Let's play with this again. There's the water screwing up my shot. I don't know if we can hit him because of that. Yeah, we can. So yeah, just the shadows playing with that. But down there where you can see the hint of lava, and then there's probably a bunch of obsidian there, but where you see the lava, we'll assume that's like Y11. That one there would be a little bit higher than that, probably flowing down. But that's probably going to be like Y11-ish, 7 to 11 area. And there's kind of a nice natural deck level there that we might do the same thing with. But then going up, like, this is a pretty tall one, right? 64 would typically be where we're at. And I'm tempted to just come in and start digging. Might actually do it. I could throw down another crafting table, right? See what we get into. But I'll probably play around with this and probably wind up digging into a cave and die and not know where I am or something. But hey, that's Minecraft, man. So nonetheless, having a good time here. I hope you are too. If you got any ideas or suggestions, let me know. If you missed the series, let me know. Bonus bricks, they're still a thing. I want to get the Twitch room going as well. That's going to be one of the projects, which should make sense to do that while streaming, in my opinion. But that would be a way where I honor people that follow me on Twitch. And you know, if we ever did donations or anything like that, that would cover that as well. Get you some special bonus bricks and accolades and whatnot. But hey, nonetheless, I'm having a good time. Hope you are too. And I will catch you back here for more Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. Adios. And a few minutes later, I have laddered up here, and like I said, it's pretty tall. Let me check. I haven't actually didn't intend to screenshot that. 41, so I guess it's a little shallower than I thought. But look at that mess, man. Routinely, those guys try to shoot me, and you can hear it there. Let's see if we can cause some havoc now. That was a strange sound. I was trying. I think they had a crazy creeper catastrophe just a little bit ago. But that's what it do, and it's, like I said, pretty fun in my opinion. Nonetheless, just kind of wanted to showcase that to you. There's a few more mobs a little bit ago. I guess I should have stopped then. But, yeah, you know, just hanging out on the edge, throwing torches up. That's my idea of fun, anyway. So, hey, we're not anywhere near the end, actually. That's just one of those halfway point things. I would love to get some water over there. There's a couple of places. Where was I? You can kind of see it a little bit better. I guess it was when I stepped out, but that would be the surface there. So 44. So that might be like 50 or 60 in some spots, but there's our end wall. And no, it's not actually the end wall. It's what looks like the end wall, but it isn't. We actually came quite a ways over, to be honest with you. I sort of had to snake through here, and then I was just digging. I was frustrated we hadn't hit the ravine yet, so I just started snaking that way, hoping we'd intersect it, and we did. But came up, 13, 14 ladders I think I placed. So I'll quit rambling. I'll get back to my work. Having a good time here. And we'll catch you for more later.